What's up, guys? This is Tank Game Nature Boy, and today we are going to actively scout Murovanka. Now, in Tippy, I might add. I call this thing Tippy because it tips over like nobody's business. Now, that being said, right off the get-go here, guys, we are going to go to the DE line and just buzz the mid. And what this does is this does a number of things here. This lights a lot of things up, as well as, you know, it slows their advance a little bit, because a lot of them are going to sit there and try to take a shot at me, or some are just going to right shoulder and pull the trigger and nail me. Now, you can also passively scout that position. There is a bush there, so, you know, that is an option as well. If you kind of follow me in this match, we just kind of run wide open non-stop, more or less the entire game. But that's okay too. Now, as you see here, guys, we're kind of working our way over. I noticed we didn't have a lot going on this flank. I said, let me get over here, let me light some of these reds up so the greens will actually know there's bad guys over here to shoot. Because this is kind of the situation where I'm kind of forcing the greens' hand to getting in position. Bounced a really lucky shot right there off the back of the dome. That turret, I guess, was just at the perfect angle where it bounced. Fantastic news, because I'm not a big fan of getting shot. Right here, guys, we are spotting guys. We are getting assist damage. We're doing the whole nine. Now, granted, you know, that's not necessarily enough, you know, to make things happen. You know, you want to be a useful, but at the same time, you want to deal some damage. I mean, there are good games where you do immense spotting damage, but you don't really do any actual damage, any straight damage. But, you know, I try to have a blend of those two. But you know what? You can't actually control what's going to happen in each game. Moving on, as you can see there, we just buzzed that hill again. All we're doing, guys, is we're the ideal situation is we want to buzz that hill and we want to go hull down. We could even go turret down, you know, but we're not necessarily that precise when we're doing 70 clicks up the side of a hill. But the idea is all we want to do is point the spotting locations on the tank over the side of the hill to pick up on their spotting locations. And spotting locations is a little bit more technical than I like to get into. I think you've got 13 or some spotting locations on your tank. You know, the barrel, you know, your viewport, the driver, I don't know, whatever. You've got a bunch. And, you know, you have to have LOS between this and the bad guys. Now, let's focus on tactics here for a moment. As you can see, I saw this gentleman was you know, he was engaged. And I said, let me come up here, let me take advantage of this. And I said, you know, I could take this gentleman out as well. I could get the whole ball of wax. We could get two of those guys out of there, and then we can just kind of dip over the corner here, break contact, and then come back in at a different angle. A whole different ball game. Now, as you see here, guys, the greens are winning. We are making a lot of things happen right now. We do still have a few big-time tanks in the back we have to be very wary of. This gentleman right here being one of them. He, if used properly, if there's not a knowledge of weak spots on this gentleman, is just a nightmare. That being said, the machine gun ports to the left, right, in the tank, you can pin them easily from the front. I do need to do a weak spot guide on this tank, but I need to get back on my weak spot guide game period. Moving on. As you can see here, guys, we're just putting them right here on a 6. I'm trying to line up to make sure I get a straight shot into his rear, and of course Artie just farms the mess out of us. It's so balanced I can't even stand it. Moving on. We are going for this clicker. Imagine that. We are going so hard for this clicker right now, and it is almost disappointing because I thought I wasn't going to get him. We murder him, and I am so happy. We give him another one because the shots are small. So, you know, he takes 2. And we're ready. We've got 2 bad guys left on the map, and we just have to zoom in here, hunt them down, and see if we can't farm a little damage off them. But, you know, guys, I'm a one-shot, so I have to be very, very cautious. If I bump into anything too quickly, I will die. So I have to be cautious. I have to keep my head on a swivel. I don't want to go in too fast. I am loading APCR because I do want to get this last little bit of damage. I don't know, where the position of these tanks are. I don't know if they're looking at me, if they're not. So I just kind of have to keep that in mind. That's why we're loading APCR. I've got a little bit of eyes right here. I want this other gentleman to engage so I can use his HP. We put a round on that gentleman, then we fired another. We ended up wasting it, I think. But you know what? We got one extra pin, so it's not Shakespeare by any means, but I'll take it. I'll take it. It's not bad. 1259, 950 assist, 2300 in this little baby tank. I love it. I think it's hilarious. I think it's awesome. I don't necessarily love it as much as Amex Chaffee. I think Amex Chaffee is still by far my favorite tier 6. Guys, hope you enjoyed. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Make sure to check out the Twitch channel. I stream almost every night. We will see you guys next time.